Greetings to all sentient beings. I'm Kristen Gillespie, a conscious investigative reporter, and this interview is a very special part of the Awakening and UFO Conscious Life Expo series. It's in affiliation with Zohar Entertainment and Gaia. It is my deepest honor and privilege to introduce to you the truly legendary Erich Von Daniken. It's a total bucket list moment for me. Erich, you're a man who has trailblazed the ancient astronaut theory. You've started with the first of your nearly 50 best-selling books, Chariots of the Gods, which kick-started your groundbreaking research career and extensive multimedia library documenting humanity's cosmic heritage over the past 50 plus years. That's incredible. Erich, my first question for you is, as a most prominent forefather of the ancient alien and alternative history movement, why is challenging the chokehold of modern day evolutionary theory and Darwinism more important than ever right now in our current biblically prophesized end times reality?
Charles Darwin has come up with this theory of evolution that's quite more than 100 years ago. And the theory of evolution is reasonable and respectful. It makes sense. And certainly we are the product of evolution, but not only of evolution. You know, in our time, due to molecular science, we see in the meantime inside our cells. We know what's inside the cell, how complicated the inside of the cell is. This was not possible for Charles Darwin. He had not electronic microscope. And we know that the cell inside is not possible by a natural evolution. It's not possible. Evolution, how we believe it according to Darwin, has never created the complicated mechanism inside the cell. In the meantime, more and more scientists think that the information, the cell, the information of life has come from outside, from the universe to our planet.
Fantastic. And I can't wait to hear more about it at the Awakening UFO and Conscious Life Expo, which you're a part of. And I just wondered, is there really any concrete evidence showing how we're being watched by the guardians of the sky, which I believe is the title of your new book? Is that correct?
I am absolutely sure that this planet Earth was visited by ETs some thousands of years ago. At that time, our ancestors were Stone Age people, and they could not understand nothing of technology. So they describe how some so-called gods descended from the sky. You even find it in the Bible, where the Lord of the Bible descends with smoke and fire and trembling and loud noise, and the whole mountain was glowing like a furnace, etc. And this repeats in many old, really old stories. Now, personally, I am a deep believer in God. I am one of these figures who still pray, but my God does not need a vehicle which makes noise, which he needs to go from point A to point B, because God would be all over at the same time, all the time. So if it was not God who was described in these ancient texts, who was it? It was extraterrestrials. Our ancestors, the Stone Age people, could not understand at that time what was going on. In the meantime, with our modern thinking, we know they were here some thousands of years ago. And by the way, they promised before they left, they will return to our planet Earth. And this promise of returning is part of every culture worldwide.
And I'm curious, in your humble opinion, what will this foreshadowed return of the gods really look like? Are there any clues we can look for?
Well, of course, in the universe, we can speculate that there are millions or thousands and thousands of different forms of life, which maybe have no resemblance to us, which may look completely different to humans. But at the same time, we know we are the offsprings of another species. That's how the Bible and other holy texts say the gods created humans according to their own image, because we are the offsprings according to their own image. They look similar than we, which does not exclude that there are complete different forms of life out there. But the ones who were here were looking similar to us. We are the same family.
And might we expect an attempted hijacking of such an event, a false flag event, so to speak?
Well, of course, they are, in the sense of technology, they are thousands of years ahead of us. Everyone knows that the distances between the stars are measured in light years. Now, with our today's technology, we could never reach these distances. We could not visit today other solar systems. We can visit other planets in our solar system, but these planets are near, while the suns are far, far away, many, many light years away. So they are ahead of us. Otherwise, they could never have visited us. They must be at least 1,000 years ahead of us, solved these problems in technology, which today we have not solved yet. By the way, in my speak in England, I will clearly demonstrate that extraterrestrials were here. I have absolute conclusive evidence. I can show that there is no doubt this planet was visited by beings from outer space some thousands of years ago.
I'm absolutely looking forward to that, Erich. And as one of the 100 most spiritually influential living people in the world, what is the most game-changing shift in perspective you would like to be a part of in shaping humanity's unfolding spiritual revolution?
I see my time of life, what I have to do is to prepare mankind for the return of the gods. As I said before, they have promised to return, and they will return. Probably they are here already again. They observe us, but this does not go to the public because humanity is not prepared at this moment. If we would know definitely that some extraterrestrials would observe us, we would be afraid. We would say, what are they wanted to us? Will they take us over? Will they enslave us? Will they steal our raw material, etc.? So at the moment, we are not prepared. So it's my duty to prepare slowly mankind for the contact, for the visit with the extraterrestrials.
And this has been prophesized in the Bible. Can you tell me the top 3 biblical misnomers?
Well, of course, I mean, it starts with Moses. Moses clearly describes how the Lord descends. But before the Lord descends, the so-called Lord gives order to Moses. He says the Israelites should stay in a safe distance to the holy mountain. Otherwise, the Israelites would be destroyed. So Moses gives orders that the Israelites are in safe distance. And Moses has even to construct a gate around the mountain. Otherwise, they would be destroyed. And only after the gate is constructed and after the Israelites are in distance, then the Lord descends on the mountain with smoke, fire, trembling, loud noise, etc. Or what everyone in the Bible easily can control, simply take the Old Testament, and it's the end of the Old Testament, you find the prophet Ezekiel. Ezekiel clearly describes that something descends, which is definitely technologically. He describes the wings, he describes the wheels, he describes the legs, which are metallic. He describes not only what he sees with his eyes, he also describes what he hears, a terrible noise compared to waterfall, etc. This is in the Bible, readable for everyone. Just take the prophet Ezekiel. So the Bible has different places which our ancestors thousands of years ago did not understood. They believed it was the great almighty God, but in reality, it was extraterrestrials.
Erich, I was recently told that the Bible stands for Basic Instruction Book for Leaving Earth, B-I-B-L-E. Is the Bible actually a technical manual, in your opinion?
Well, the Bible is composed of many, many things. You know, the Bible has not only one author. Different people have composed the Bible to different times. That's where we have to be carefully which prophet or which human at what time did write something. And later the scholars conducted all these different elements together to the book, which we call the Bible. Interesting are the oldest parts of the Bible, like Ezekiel, like Moses. Later, we have a lot of stories which have to do with moral, with ethic, with sex, etc. And all this has nothing to do with extraterrestrials.
Erich, some of this sounds a little bit like, it's a little bit paradoxical in a way. Can there really be a war in heaven?
You know, there are writers which no one knows normally. For example, Arjuna. Arjuna is a figure of the Hindu Mahabharata, Hindu mythology, long time ago. Or in the Jewish tradition, we have a figure called Enoch. Enoch. So now in the old Mahabharata, in the Indian tradition, as in the book of Enoch, 2 young people were taken away by the extraterrestrials from the planet Earth. These 2 young people were taught in the language of the extraterrestrials. They learned writing. Then the extraterrestrials brought them back to our planet. And here they became teacher for humanity. Enoch, for example, he was taught by an astronomer. And the astronomer says to the young human, Enoch, you human, look out of the window. Do you see this little light out there? You humans, you call it moon, but the moon has no light by itself. The moon receives its light from the sun. And then he explained him why the moon sometimes is full or half or empty, etc. Now, this is a scientific information given to a Stone Age man some thousands of years ago. We have no way to see it with other eyes. This information is true, but at Enoch's time, Stone Age time, nobody of the humans could know that the moon has received his light from the sun. So that was a scientific information. So you have clear proof of the instruction by extraterrestrials to the humans.
And you've spent so much of your life studying these most significant sacred texts, such as the aforementioned Bible, Book of Enoch, Mahabharata, and the Kabbalah, just to name a choice few. What are the top 3 common threads between these teachings that could help humanity, save humanity from destroying itself?
Well, this is hard. I mean, we are an egoistic society because every human has first his ego. I am the greatest. And you know, when we look at this planet, we have generally 2 sorts of human beings. One group is scientific, the other group is religious. The scientific group is absolutely convinced we are the top of evolution. Everything is evolution. The religious group is convinced we are the top of creation. In both cases, if you look at it, see it scientifically, top of evolution, see it religiously, top of creation. In both cases, we look at ourselves as the greatest. We think we are the greatest. We still don't want extraterrestrials. Somehow we are afraid of it. Now, to learn that we are all a human family, it doesn't matter if we are or black or white or red or whatever, we all are the human family. We all are the intelligent species on this planet. To understand this, we have to understand that we are not only from this planet, we are brothers, we are created in the image of the extraterrestrials. Soon as we understand this and we get in contact with ETs again, the wars on our planet makes no sense anymore. The wars makes no sense because we have a higher goal, something which is much higher. ETs, the cosmos, the universe, and the little wars on Earth will disappear.
Oh, I want to see that reality made manifest for sure. In conclusion, Erich, why is it so imperative that we all arm ourselves with the knowledge of your most recent discoveries from the teachers of the heavens?
It is important to become humble, to know we are not the greatest, to become humble. We still pray. I said in the beginning, I am still a human who believes in God. What is God? No one knows. Science says in the beginning, there was the Big Bang, in the beginning of the universe. And the religions say in the beginning was God. So science, the Big Bang, what started the Big Bang? We have no answer. Religion, in the beginning was God. What started God? We have no answer. So in both cases, we have to become humble. We have to learn there is a spirit, something. There is something out there which is creation of the universe. And when we are humble, then we learn, we call this spirit God. Then we adore and pray again, and we learn to be humble and to be a family, the family of humans on this planet.
That is absolutely beautifully put, and true humility is earned. There you have it, everyone. Concrete scientific proof points and sacred contextual wisdom. You don't want to miss the true hero from the heavens, Erich Von Daniken, at this year's Awakening UFO and Conscious Life Expo. Erich will catch up with you for a more in-depth interview at the event. And for now, I just humbly pay my absolute respects to you in reverence to God, with grace and gratitude. And please, everybody, subscribe for more paradigm-shifting interviews from the Awakening UFO and Conscious Life Expo. We are affiliated with Zohar Entertainment and Gaia. And signing off for now, I'm Kristen Gillespie, your conscious investigative reporter in humble service to humanity and all sentient beings.
Thank you for your interview. It was a pleasure to talk to you. And in England, I will really show facts that extraterrestrials were here.
Brilliant, Erich. I can't wait to see it.